What's up, man? What's going on, dude?
BK! What's up, man?
What's up, man? Happy Tuesday.
Happy
Greg.
Tuesday.
Happy...
It's HiNdSiTe 2020 Tuesday is what it is, man.
I know,
I'm so
man.
excited to be here, man. Dude,
Every
it's
Tuesday.
been a busy
Yo,
week.
James. What's up, dude?
What's up?
Dude, man, you've had a
What's up,
crazy week, bro. You've had a crazy week.
Oh, yeah, it's been a crazy couple of days, man. I was man, it's just been a lot. It's been a lot, but a lot of fun stuff, y'all. A lot of fun stuff. But man, what's going on with you, dude? What's up, JR, Maccabee, and all these guys? Man, share this freaking podcast. Share the freaking link, man. Let's get some people on tonight and let's talk some just crazy stuff, man. Fishing, all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'll try not to get too out of hand because I got myself in trouble last week, BK.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you got us in trouble. We've got some things to talk about. I took a big old swig of tequila, some cowboy water for all you folks at home. Because, we got some stuff to talk about tonight. And, Leo, just 1 second, please. Excuse me. Greg, if you
Yeah, Leo's doing his thing, man.
Shut up!
What's up, Jason Campbell? Soup, what's going on, y'all? Man,
had my shout at the dawn.
Mr. Patron. It's not a show without Patron, man.
Well, this isn't Patron. It's actually Milagro, but it is a gigantic bottle. So
that's a gigantic bottle, dude.
Yes, sir. Yo, Blake Power, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, what's up? What's up,
Okay.
everybody, man? Good to have everybody tonight, man. Just sit back, chill. We're gonna have some fun, have some laughs, and try not to make too many enemies out there. What's up, Sherman? What's going on, guys?
No, guys. After last week's show, I talked to Greg. I was like, "Man, what are we doing?"
Jerry,
tonight? He
Matt,
was like,
what's up?
It's whatever you want, man. I'm gonna have a little break because we got in trouble. Boy.
I got in trouble last week. Let me just say that. That's okay. I ain't worried about it, man. I'll say what I say when I say it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
It's my party. It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to.
Amen, brother.
Scott,
Amen.
What's going on, guys? Just hey, man, share the link. Do me a favor, share the link, whatever, man. Also, go to YouTube, subscribe to Motion Sports, man. We're getting up there in subscribers, man. It's incredible.
Dude, we are.
It's incredible, dude.
Thank you to each and every one of you that has subscribed. For those of you that have not, why? It doesn't cost you any money. Just click the button. That's it.
I mean, it's the cool kids club, man. I mean, if you're not a subscriber to Motion Sports, you're not the cool kid. You're the kid in the corner with the dunce hat. You freaking gets picked on and gets bullied every time. I mean, come on, you want to be that guy.
We don't endorse bullying. Stop.
You want the Letterman jacket guy, man. You want to be that guy. The guy gets all the hot girls.
Greg's gonna get us canceled again.
High tech.
Ugly girls need love too. Shut up, Greg.
What's up, Todd? What's going on, guys? What's up? But like when I watch Revenge of the Nerds, man, I never rooted for the nerds. I rooted for like Alpha. Okay. Alpha guys, man. I rooted for those guys, man. Like, all those guys. I mean, Ogre. Ogre was my favorite, Revenge of the Nerds.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. For the good people at home that maybe aren't Revenge of the Nerds specialists, look up who that is, and that's Greg knows our embodiment. Like when you look at Greg,
Alpha Beta, man. Alpha Beta was not lambda. It was Alpha Beta.
Sigma male. Oh God.
Absolutely, man. So anyway, it's all good, man. It's all good.
So, guys, to give you all some overview of what we're going to kind of run through tonight, we're going to talk about Broken Bow. We got some guys in here getting ready to fish it. We got Jason Campbell, who I know is going to go up there and fish it. Used to party up there, I think. Yep. Patron, are you going to Broken Bow? Are you showing off your talents? I know James Ridnour is excited for that. Man, we had a great KBT wrap up to the national championship.
Awesome freaking championship, man. I mean, Championship Sunday was special, man. It was very special for me. But anyway, you do the talking tonight.
And then we are going to talk about at length. We are going to talk about the team tournament. Greg and I have been in the kitchen brewing up some ideas. We want y'all's feedback. We want your ideas. Just because you have an idea does not mean it's a good one, but we appreciate the effort. And just because Greg and I have had some ideas, we're going to bounce them off you guys. If you guys say that sounds stupid, we'll say too bad. We're doing it anyways.
Ideas for the team tournament, man.
Yeah, we got some good stuff. But let's start with Let's start with tip of the hat to the GOAT, DB, Derek Brundle, man. Conant, valiant effort, putting on a show in that brutal wind. And into our Final Four competitors too. I mean, vote Matt
Wilton.
I mean, he had a great showing, man. Guy's a stick. He just catches them.
I was talking to Wilton Roderson about the team tournament in the Final Four, and what he does, he floats down the river and catches these freaking giants. And they had rain, and the rapids were a little bit faster and all that stuff. I mean, there's excuse after excuse, but dude, he had a 22 on at the Yak to beat Conant in the last 15 minutes, and he lost it. Ouch,
dude. I mean, I said that Conant was just on one of those.
Dwight Taylor, my man. This guy right here is the man.
Dwight?
He's the man. Yeah, I'm trying to get him to go fishing, man. He won't go fishing. He's
Dwight,
the man.
We're not on the team tournament yet, but please, please.
He's a troll.
We want
he's a HiNdSiTe troll, man.
Yeah, I'm a troll too. Like, whatever. Like, I grief everyone. Like, no problem.
He's the man, though. If I want to grow up, I want to be like Dwight Taylor.
Look at Blake Power shouting out "New Canoe." Okay, man. Okay,
yeah,
I see you.
Yeah,
I see you. But
it was awesome,
man.
Though.
I thought it couldn't have gone really any better. Like sentiment wise, nothing against Matt, nothing against Wilton. It's just seeing Conant and Brundle fish against each other is it's a beauty, man. I love seeing it. I love seeing it.
Yeah, it was, man. It was so cool. And again, just being on this side and watching that, man, again, the conditions that they face. I mean, guys, look, we say this all the time. Fishing, fishing in itself it's hard, but you add the weather as an element, and then you're fishing in 30-mile-an-hour winds and pretty dangerous conditions, and you're doing it 2 times and back to back in those days. Man, it just drains your soul. And to see what they did, and I mean, watching Conant literally fight the waves to go off this rock pile to try to at least catch a limit, and then he caught 2 in a row, and then just trying to battling those conditions like that, dude. It was so freaking fun to watch, man. I felt bad for him, but man, dude, it was awesome. And to see Brundle, at the very end, hold off Conant, because I kept on waiting for Conant to flip into that freaking brush or that lay down and pull out a 20 and win this thing last 15 minutes. I mean, you knew something like that was going to just happen, you know what I mean? And it never came to fruition. And again, Brundle earned it, man. Freaking went through a gauntlet.
Yep. Like I said, we start the show with the little tip of the cap there for DB. And another tip of the cap is due Mr. Ryan Lambert. Thank you. Just, if you guys don't know what Ryan Lambert did for Conrad, first of all, thank God Conrad is okay. I saw that truck. Conrad, hit the deer next time, dude. Do not swerve. Just hit the deer, man. Glad he's okay. But, man, Ryan Lambert came up huge for Conrad. Got him some reels, I think some rods, some Z-Man products, man. So, like, tip of the hat where it's always due, and it's definitely due there.
The kayak community, man, it's like it's a weird bunch, man. It's a weird bunch, but when it comes to stuff like this, man, they came out and they showed what we're all about, man. It's taking care of our own, and like you said, man, my hat's off to them, man. And again, Conrad would do it for us, man. There's no doubt about it. And I'm glad Conrad's cool and he's all right. I talked to him yesterday, and he was all, he was himself. So obviously he's not hurt too bad. But if you saw those pictures, man, it could be a whole lot worse, bro. A whole lot worse for him.
Yeah. Is there a GoFundMe, anything like that for Conrad?
There's a PayPal account, and I'm going to if you guys wanted to help Conrad out, man, I'll put this in the comments, but yeah, man, there's a PayPal account to Jason Denise, jdfishing@gmail.com. It's JAYD-fishing@gmail.com. Yeah, man, it was really cool to see. I know a lot of people have sent money and reels, rods, whatever, but his whole truck was totaled, his kayak was totaled, all of his fishing gear is totaled, his electronics are underwater. All of his batteries are fried. Everything he had is completely at a loss, man. So I just want to say thank God he's okay, man, because that was scary.
Absolutely, man. Conrad, take care of yourself, dude. Get healed up. We can't wait to see you back out fishing.
Yeah, man.
Like KFL, it's gonna be a banger.
Yeah. Starting in 3 weeks, baby.
It is starting soon. Also, new video up. New video.
New video just dropped
New video.
yesterday, man.
Dropped yesterday.
Yeah,
Go
dropped
watch
yesterday.
It. Go watch it.
Freaking make your heart pound.
Yeah, go watch it. KFL.com. It's on Motion Sports TikTok. It's on our YouTube. Go watch it. If you're a KFL fan, if you're in the league, whatever, like it, share it. It's
1 minute long, man. It ain't gonna take too much of your time.
It's great.
It's solid. It's solid. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Where is the link for Conrad?
It's not the link, dude. It's email address. It's PayPal.
It's PayPal.
PayPal. Yep. You just use that that email that I just put right there. jdfishing@gmail.com. Yeah, man.
I want to touch very lightly here because we do have some guys in the chat that are going to fish Broken Bow, and it's the big event this weekend, man. I mean, I have fished that lake once. I don't love it. It's not the most fun. The boat ramps. Hey, Dwight, thank you for that, man. Very generous.
Hey, dude, thank you, Dwight, man. I appreciate that, brother. I mean, honestly, dude, he's the man.
Yeah, very generous. Very, very generous. Man, Broken Bow is a weird lake. There are only like 4 boat ramps. There's like 2 up the river, 1 on like the southwest side, and 1 in like the boons on the east side of the lake. Guys are gonna find it, I think, a lot of spotted bass numbers, but whoever finds the large amount's gonna win. I fished up the river both days. More comfortable with that. I don't like being over 120 feet of water or whatever. That's just not my thing. Throwing an A-rig and 80 feet or whatever. Like, yeah, that's just not me. But, I'm excited to see guys like Campbell go up and do it, man. Campbell started here. I mean, he started in like his Boys to Arc trail, and then, came to KBT, got some big dubs under the belt. And then he's just kind of taking that momentum skyward, man. So ready to see him make the next next step, have a good showing at a national event.
It's a highland reservoir, man. I mean, it's going to be, a lot of people are going to feel uncomfortable. I mean, like guys are used to grass lakes and Texas lakes and stuff like that, man. Fishing a highland reservoir, man, it's just different. I mean, it's not my thing. I don't like it. Like, Lake Murray, I just went to the rivers, I mean, I didn't do too well, but I mean, I try to do something I like, that suits my eye, but I mean, it's going to have something for everybody. I don't know Broken Bow. I've never fished it, but it looks beautiful.
Beautiful lake. Yeah. If I'm giving away, my useless waypoints, I'm telling people to go up the river. I'm more comfortable fishing that. It's a lot shallower, very distinct rock points and laydowns. And for me, I was much more comfortable in that. I didn't want to be on ledges, and I didn't want these deep points, sloping from 15 down to 80 feet or whatever. I mean, was not my game. And so I would tell my southern brethren to stay shallow, my friends. Don't go deep.
So BK, I got a question for you, man.
Yeah.
I brought this up to Juice. Me and Juice were talking about this, and y'all pipe in if you want to. So as you know, I've been back and forth in boats. I've had my Hobie and I've had my Old Town, right? And I've been back and forth. I've been fishing, larger bodies of water with the Old Town autopilot, and then I've been fishing more skinnier waters, which I know if I'm having tournaments with the Hobie, right? And I have no electronics on the Hobie. It's literally 3 rods, some plastics, a couple hard baits. And no electronics, and just I'll cover water. I mean, I covered like 12 miles this past weekend.
Yep.
I fished 3 tournaments with the Hobie, and I fished 6 tournaments, and these are nationally and local, with the Old Town. In the Hobie, I have finished 1st, 2nd, and 4th. And the Old Town, I have finished 50th, 101, 80th, 20th, and like 33rd.
What's up, baby? What's up, baby? It's Hobie time, boy.
Okay, so I guess my question is this. Because I'm fishing skinnier water and I have no electronics and I can be more stealthier with that, is that the way is that more profitable for an angler? I mean, just basically gut fishing, forget everything that you know your electronics are doing. You're turning off your electronics. There's no pinging, no sonar or nothing, and you're stealthier and you can get in there into like other places that even the freaking Old Town can't get into, and you're just fishing. You're just fishing. You know what I mean?
I mean, why do you think it's
and waxing these tournaments, man?
I mean, why do you
Drive Satan my eyes.
sorry. That's not
Conrad
Conrad's
Bernetti.
comment.
He's here.
I
The man, the myth, the legend. He's here, man.
I couldn't. Yeah, hit the deer, Conrad. I mean,
Yeah.
send the deer, bro.
Yeah. Drive straight my hindsight 2020. Exactly. You hit the deer next time, bro.
Yeah, Conrad's got juke so good he broke his own ankles. And
But I'm serious, man. I mean, like the numbers don't lie. Like, is it better to just forget all your crap and just gut fish and limit yourself with what you're bringing and just go have fun?
Greg, I'm going to touch on this before anybody in the chat starts being like, "You guys hate Old Town or your Hobie."
No, I love
enthusiast or
Old Town. I
whatever."
bought a $4,000 Old Town.
I know, but just before anybody starts chiming in, I'm going to. Greg and I talked at length about tournaments we've both, done well in, cash checks and whatever. When I just stop, dicking around and being like, oh, like I'm an MLF guy. I catch them on crankbait and jerkbaits and all this other stuff. When I just put a plastic worm in my hand and I'm just like, yep, let's throw this worm. It's like, no, I caught 90 inches. Shit, I got second. I mean, plastics are so overlooked. I don't get it. And I feel like every time I've talked to you and they're in the Hobie, you're like, yeah, I'm just like, got this, rage crawl in my hand. I'm going down the bank and I'm catching fish. And then when I talk to you in your old, like you're in your autopilot, you're like, I'm sitting offshore in like a 15-foot hump and I'm cranking down there and I'm throwing this jerk bait. And I'm like, Greg, just go find a laydown, throw a rage crawl up in there. And like, that seems like, I don't even know it's so much boat. It's just like your mentality in that boat.
You're exactly right, man. It's guilt. I'm guilty of that 100% because look, like you're so, I guess I should get so caught up because I do have the electronics. I have side scan and I'm kind of looking at all these structures and you're right. Like 50% are on the bank, 50% are on offshore. I mean, like after post spawn, right? I mean, they go either offshore or they're in shallow. And I found the nastiest, dirty stuff. I mean, literally my whole boat was covered in duckweed. I knew they were under the duckweed. I got as skinny water as I could, and I made as much noise on top of that duckweed as I could with the bait I was using, and then just, kind of working it naturally. And I caught a ton of fish. I caught probably 20, 25 fish Saturday. But I started thinking, I'm like, my God, man. I mean, yeah, I didn't get a lot of big fish or big bites, but I'm like, I caught a ton of fish. And, I really didn't do a lot of pre-fishing. I just naturally just kind of covered water and just kind of threw it what I thought would look good. But I was thinking to myself, man, like literally the number. I mean, I don't know if that's a coincidence or not, but dude, you can't argue a first, a second, and a fourth in the Hobie, and then the rest I've just completely bombed. And I think you're right. We get so distracted in all the stuff that we have, and all the stuff I can fit in this kayak. You kind of forget about the basics of fishing, man. You know what I mean?
I think there's some of that. I think Scott Shishowicz brings up a good point where because you have the availability of the troll motor, you feel like you're more mobile. And so you go to an area, you burn through it, you leave, you catch one or two fish maybe, but you're like, no, they're not that here. Where in the Hobie, you're kind of just going slow. You're really picking stuff apart. Yeah. You're limited to what your legs can pump out during the day. And ultimately that makes you fish your strengths better, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's like Adam said, fish your strengths. Now I'll tell you, Adam's strength is map studying covering water. I mean, this guy covers water like nobody's business, but like we all have our strengths, whatever that strength may be. But like you said, I think more importantly, like, because I've been in a Hobie for so long, I mean, since literally I started fishing in 2012 in a kayak, it just becomes a part of you. It's not like I'm dogging Old Town, but it just seems like when you strip it all down, right? Mm-hmm. And you're stripping away all the stuff and you're just left with your natural instinct. a couple bags of worms, a couple bags of whatever you're using, literally 3 rods and no electronics, and you're just going and fishing what you know that may be fishable, dude. I mean, you can't argue with the results. I mean, right?
I wanted to, anybody that has been on the internet around kayak fishing, you'll know the name. Anybody that has fished Texas, you've probably fished against them. Clifton Allen throws a wacky worm and a chatterbait.
Dwight.
Oh, wait.
He's talking about the other guy.
Who's the other guy? Robert?
No. He's talking about the other show from yesterday.
Oh.
He's talking.
Well, if this guy wants me to speak in complete sentences, I'm done with that.
That's the whole thing of tequila. Yeah, you go for it, man. Go for it. Suck down that agave, man.
Yeah, thank you. But anybody that knows Clifton, he fishes no electronics. He never goes more than a mile from the boat ramp, whichever one he launches at, and he only throws 2 baits. Guy has probably cashed more checks than half the sponsored guys I know that have 15 sponsors and don't catch a limit.
You know who does it? You know who doesn't have electronics either? Your reigning AOY, Jordan Marshall.
I mean, I'm telling you, man. Like, it's just like there's just something to, you know. I fished a tournament against Campbell last year, and Campbell just went to a spot and did what he did, you know, got out the big 10-inch worm. And, dude, he just massacred him. I mean, he beat –
yeah.
I mean, Howell was on one that day too, and he beat Brian Howell. And I was like, you know, I went down this bank line throwing a chatterbait and doing all this stuff, and I just lost to a, you know, plastic worm again. Like, I don't know how many times I have to get beat over the head with that. But, like, this year, I mean, you know, like at Fork, I was like, yeah, I'm throwing a shaky head because my jig wasn't working. And, like, I just literally drug a little 3-inch shaky head over root balls pretty much all day. And it's like, yep, this is what 20-inch fish are eating day in, day out. Like, I don't know why people have such an aversion to plastic. I don't know if it's like a machismo thing. But man,
big kayaks are cool. All the electronics are cool, and we can have the debate: is, you know, live scope ruining the sport and all that stuff. But when it's all said and done, okay, those are tools in specific areas at specific times, and they're always gonna, you know, you're always gonna have somebody is gonna catch fish on this or that and whatever. But I think, you know, it's taught me a lesson, man. It really has taught me a lesson, and my lesson is this: I've had one of the best years I've ever had. You know, fishing. I mean, there's no doubt. I've got to make my fishing simpler.
Yep, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't have a full, like, array of boxes of this and that. And I'm trying to suit this, or maybe they'll bite this, or maybe they'll bite this color or that color, or this, but, you know, but, dude, limit yourself, pre-plan out what you want to do, restrict yourself to this type of pattern and do it all day long. Okay. And just grind it out, because I literally picked up 1 or 2 baits Saturday. And that's it. I mean, it was just that. And no offense to Thornton. I love Thornton to death. Me and him were fishing literally the same area. He was doing one thing. I was doing another. And, you know, it was just mine so happened to be working literally 10 to 1. I mean, I was catching 10 fish to his 1. Right. And he just came over and asked me, hey, man, what are you doing? You know, and I just showed him what I was doing. And then he just started catching fish. And, you know, I didn't mind it. You know, I already had my limit and it was basically halfway over anyway. But, you know, it was just kind of like, okay, you know, it kind of like a light bulb clicked on for him. That's all you're doing? Like, yeah, man, that's all I'm doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so again, like you said, I've got boxes full of crankbaits. I've got spooks. I've got buzz baits. I've got frogs. I've got every single color spro that you can ever imagine. You know, I've got all these Texas rig deals. I've got drop shots. I've got, you know, I mean, we can get ourselves mad, you know, of what we want to do. But at the end of the day, it's like, what's this cover telling me to do? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. You know, there's fish there. It's fishy. Yeah. We always say this all the time. That looks fishy. Like, freaking throw something that the fish are going to bite. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, it's either a crawl or worm.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, just to give people a true mental image of what this looks like for, like, myself, like, when I got into kayak fishing, my first 6 tournaments, which I absolutely just royally shit the bed. I mean, no nice way to say it. I was carrying 6 boxes in like milk crates, like crankbaits, jerkbaits, top waters, jigs, swim jigs, chatterbaits in the same box, and then like something else. Now I carry 1 box of terminal tackle, 2 bags of worms, and 1 box of hard baits. That's in the hard baits is like 2 frogs, 3 or 4 different colored chatterbaits, maybe a couple swim jigs, and that's about it. And I just, the second I stopped trying to like do this, all this stuff I was watching on MLF and Bassmaster and this, that, and the other. And I was just like, man, I am just good at flipping and punching and worm fishing, and I should not try to do anything else. I started cashing checks. I started, win a tournament here and there. Like, it just, I don't know, man. Like, is what it is. Like,
I feel that you have to convince yourself that you're good enough angler to do well of what you've experienced time on the water with. And again, like you're where I get myself in trouble is like I hear somebody, they're catching this on that, or, try using this, or go down this lake, or go down this creek, or go down. Listen, man, there's fish everywhere. Okay. They're everywhere right now.
Yep.
Just freaking find what you think looks comfortable, what you think that fits your eye, that may have taken you to a spot that back home or whatever. It looks familiar, and freaking fish it. More 9 times out of 10, there's fish there. I mean, again, I have to convince myself to do that, man. So I've made a commitment, man. Like for me, like when I travel in these KFL games, all these boys can bring whatever they want to. I'm keeping it simple, man. Yeah. I'm keeping it simple. Like, yeah, I'm tired of playing this game, man. And, as I said, I'm just going to go back to square one, man, and just try to do it. If I get beat, I get beat. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to worry about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like, I do want to clarify this because certain people like watch like baits I do on like YouTube or stuff like that. When I for fun fish, I like won't throw plastics most of the time. I throw like gigantic swim baits or glide baits or stuff like that. Like when I'm for fun fishing, but again, like it's using my for fun as like practice to build confidence and techniques I necessarily wouldn't do in a tournament. Like I'm, if you've ever fished a tournament with me, you'll see I probably have like punch rig, flipping, a bunch of worm setups, plastic setups. But I wish I was that guy that could throw a 8-inch bag draft, 10-inch bag draft in a tournament. I'm just not there confidence-wise to do it in a tournament yet. I love doing it for fun fishing. Like, sure. God, it's a blast. So,
as I said, man, I mean, that's just me, man. But anyway, let's get on to something awesome. Can we?
But I want to bring up, I want to ask you a question right quick because we have so many friends here in the South. And when we go to these national events, I see all these northern guys really come down, and especially when it's a tough fishery, do well. And a lot of times, when I started fishing those, I was like, well, they're more used to fishing deeper water and this, that, and the other. Do you think Southern anglers have a problem that, like when we talk about Texas tournaments, we're like, oh, if you don't have 95, you're not competitive. If you don't have 93, you're not competitive. That they go to these national events and they can't practice correctly or get their mind right around 84 over 2 days is a check. 83 over 2 days is a check. 79 one day and 88 the next day is a check. Mm-hmm. Like, is it too mentally blocking for a lot of these Southern guys to like string that together?
So I had this conversation many times over with a lot of northern fishermen because I feel like I was talking to both Southern guys and northern guys. And this is a great question. I mean, not to pin these guys together, but the North throughout the season sees every type of condition that you can see. Like they'll see deep water, they'll see, grass, they'll see shallow, they'll see, everything that the South has plus, right? Mm-hmm. And, like why the northern guys can travel south and do so well is because it's not a surprise to them to go fish and flip reeds. Like they think that that's just a Southern thing. We saw Derek Brundle and Matt Conant do that this weekend on TV. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep. They have those type of structures, up where they're at, but they also have deep ledges. They have to, throw, Ned rigs and all these other these things, to get bit that Southern guys don't do. But like you said, Southern guys are so used to catching these massive bags. And honestly, Southern guys are like, hey man, I just need 5 big bites. I'm even gonna get 90 inches.
Exactly.
Whereas I talked to Conan and I talked to Brundle, and I asked them, are you guys 5 big bite guys, or are you guys limit guys first and then catch your big bass? And they both said, I gotta have a limit because I don't relax until I have a limit. And you know what, dude? If a limit means a 13-inch bass in your bag, then it means a 13-inch bass in your bag. Yeah. They catch limits first. And if they're on like small schools, they're cool with it because then it relaxes them, it eases them up, and they fish freer and they think easier, right? We had this discussion. And I think the Southern guys, it's all 5 big bass bites. That's what they go for, right?
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's the difference.
Yeah, I mean, I asked that question because I'm talking about myself. Like when I went to Broken Bow, I knew I had a big bite on jigs on laydowns, and I had 4 fish day one for like, basically if I'd had like a 12-incher, I would have been probably like top 15, within striking distance, especially for that lake. But I could not, I wasn't going to get out a shaky head and drag it across the point. I was like, I know in practice, I've had 4 or 5 bites a day, big bites. I had like an 18.5 on day one, and those fish went a long way in that tournament. And I just I got done and I was like, I think I had the wrong mentality. It's just doesn't fish that way, Like when you fish these southern lakes, yeah, you can kind of get away with that, but and when we watch Eufaula a lot, like Eufaula's in the south, but it doesn't fish like that. It just doesn't. I mean,
for me, like when I go, let's say lines are in at 6 o'clock, man. For me, my goal is to get my limit by like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I mean, I'm being realistic. If I get my limit the first hour, dude, I mean, the day's gravy, right? But if you can get your limit, set yourself. I look at these tournaments in like 3-hour increments, like there's quarters, like you first, second, third, fourth quarter.
Yep.
And and I try to say, okay, I want at least a good first bite, take advantage of the first morning. If I get 2 on the board the first hour, man, I think I'm on pace to do pretty well. And then again, there's a lull. There's always a lull. And then, you're hoping that you get an afternoon or, lunchtime bite and then right at the end. So again, for me, my goal is to get the limit by 9 o'clock. And usually, it happens and it doesn't happen. If I don't get my limit by 9 o'clock, I don't say I kind of panic, but I changed my mindset, man. That's when I cover more water. That's when I try to look for different areas, and then I'll try to let that area that I started with kind of reload, and then maybe come back in the afternoon or lunchtime and see if I can get that bigger bite or whatever. But like to me, I mean, look, I'm talking like I'm some freaking great tournament fisherman when I'm not. But that's kind of like the pattern and formula I always do. Let me say this: in every tournament I fish, I always go back and check the spots I start from. Always.
Greg, I think me and you do this show because we are not great. We are very relatable because we both shit the bed regularly. Yeah. It just happens. Yeah. But that's part of like the human experience is not just being always successful. So I want to Matt vote that comment is crazy to me because tournaments in my home state of Texas are normally won on 5 bites a day or in like a 20-minute span. You just find these school and they're firing and the tournament is over in 20 minutes.
Right.
Somebody may start on that school. It may be at 2 p.m. It's the tournament I won. I caught all my keeper fish in about a 30-minute span.
There's always that window. There's no doubt.
It was like they were going. It was like every drop I punched to this mat, it was like they'd get down, boom, just wham. Yeah. I mean, just take the rod out of my hand. And I was like, okay, that tournament I would have had a broken drive. I wasn't fishing the area I wanted. I actually paddled back to the ramp because my boat was broken and it was like caught him right there in front of the boat ramp. But like in the South, especially because like some of the people I converse with, like Brian Howell, he never fishes for 20 fish a day.
No.
Every tournament he wins, he's like, oh, I caught 7 fish today.
Yeah.
6 fish today. I mean, he
Right.
just is only throwing, bigger bait stuff. And so to see somebody say you need 20 bites a day to do well, like that's
I mean,
crazy
sometimes
to
that's
me.
true, sometimes it's not. But I mean, like you said, I mean, again, some of these guys like Russ or Eric Siddiqui or whatever, they'll
Yep.
tell you, man, they fish for 5 big bites. They do. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And they usually find the 5 big bites. I mean, again, it's all what you feel comfortable doing, man. And
Totally.
sometimes you got to cycle through, upgrades and catch 15 fish and then you get your top 5. Or sometimes it's just like, you catch 6 or 7 and then you get the right bites. I mean, it's all about getting the right bites for
I
sure.
know. Yeah.
But like you said, man, I don't know, man. As I said, I've got to simplify. And I think everybody can say this. Sometimes we just overcomplicate the tournaments, and we feel like it's keeping up with the Joneses, man. That's what I feel like. Like these kayak tournaments is like, oh my god, I can't believe you have that on your kayak. You have that on your kayak. I need that to be like you. No, you don't, man. You don't. Like,
yeah, I agree.
I mean, you don't have to keep up with the Joneses, man. You don't have to have all this other crap all over, your kayak to go be a good fisherman, man. I mean, it looks great. It looks cool. You might be on like Bassmaster magazine with all your cool stuff. And if you have your name on your boat and all these stickers and all that stuff, that's cool. Have a great time.
Yeah.
Man, for me, I just can't, like, the small little sample that I've seen myself. I've got to start simplifying things, man. Just go after it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree with that 100%. And to address what Matt is saying there in the chat, if you only get 5 bites a day, you got to fish clean. Yeah, man. I mean, I think more tournaments are won and lost off that than I even know of. I mean, I could think of one this year where I even cashed a check with only 4 fish, and I don't even know what I did wrong to lose the fish. It just came off, man. It just happens. But yeah, I mean, it cost me a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, and that happens, dude. Like,
yeah, he's right. I mean, again, I mean, the odds are better if you catch more fish, but like you said, but anyway, that's just a little thing. But anyway, that's a great question, BK. I like that question, man. But I think the versatility of some of these northern anglers, and again, their mindset going into these tournaments, man, it's a lot different from southern guys. Does it hurt southern guys? Not really. I mean, not necessarily, because again, I look at the KFL matchup, right? I look at the KFL matchup, the championship at freaking Chickamauga. The northern guys were calling early. I mean, they were like 10 bites, and they kept on calling and calling and calling.
Yeah.
And, the southern guys from Lone Star, they didn't even get 10 fish. Now, I'll tell you this. If they got one more of their fish, of the fish that they were on, they would have won the freaking championship.
Yep.
They had 9 big bites, whereas, the guys from the north were calling early, but they were catching smaller fish.
Yep.
It could have gone either way. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and that's a team event. That's not solo, but I still think it's a great reflection of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, it's a good point. But anyway, let's get into it, man. Dude,
on to the funnest topic of the night.
Oh, this is going to be great. Guys, listen to this. This is going to be so cool. It's going to be freaking awesome. BK, tell them what we got going on, man.
Team tournament, baby. Y'all know what it is. I mean, look, pick your buddy, sign up. We're going to do some bounties. We're going to do, well, I guess let's cover the bounties right now, because
let's cover the bounties.
That's a fun thing. Each bracket, we are going to have a team drawn at random that gets a bounty on them. If you beat that team, you carry the bounty. And if you make it to the final 4, you get paid out for the bounty payout. There will be an insta kill bounty on Derek Brundle and Matt Conan.
The A team will absolutely have a championship bounty on their heads. If you beat Derek and Matt, it's an insta pay. You don't have to carry it to the final 4. It's a payout. Boom. Done.
Instant money.
Instant cash. They have never lost. Okay.
There will also be an insta prize for beating the broadcasting team of Greg Nozar and Blake Knight.
Yeah, baby, we're gonna be in
boy,
it, man.
that's what's up.
Yeah, what's up? Me and Blake are teaming up into this team tournament, and dude, we're taking this serious, man. There's gonna be an instant prize pack if you beat us. Good luck with that.
You think
luck
you can
with
throw
that.
up 78 inches? Good luck. I mean, good luck. Good luck. But you will,
Yeah,
if you beat Greg and I, if you are the team that takes out Greg and I, you will receive a nice little prize package
cool.
from Greg and myself, a little care package, some baits, some stuff like that. Maybe some little mini bottles of peppermint schnapps because I'm disgusted you beat us and salty, and I'm not going to get you anything nice. I don't know, but you know.
So here's what we're doing, guys. We're going to do something a little bit different.
Yep.
The entry fee is going to be $75 per person. Okay. You say, whoa, well, listen to this. Some of that money is going to go to the bounty pot. Okay. So we're going to take a little bit of that money out, and that's going to be to the bounty pot. Now, it depends on how many teams that we get is what the bounty pot's going to be. Yep. Like BK said, there's going to be a bounty on the A team, instant payout. Okay. And obviously that payout is going to be based on how many people sign up. The more bounty, more people sign up, the more teams sign up, the bigger the bounty.
Yep.
And then we'll have a random team own those bounties throughout the bracket. And the team that beats that team has to carry that bounty to the Final Four. And those bounties can switch. If you make it to the Final Four, then the bounty pot gets paid out.
Yep. So, you know, that's Russ Kennedy picks somebody else in Florida to be his team. Bob Brisky. Russ Kennedy and Bob Brisky are a team. They get drawn as a bounty team. If you beat them round one, you now have the bounty that they were carrying. And if you carry that all the way to the Final Four, instant payout. There's one bounty per round. So basically, if you make it to the Final Four, you're not only getting paid, you're getting a bounty bonus. Yep. So extra money for those that qualified to the Final Four.
Exactly. It's so, again, look, it's going to be so freaking cool. And again, it's going to be a random bounty, except for the A team. They're automatically a bounty. We're a bounty, not so much. It's a prize pack bounty, but you'll see what we're talking about. And here's the deal. It's the best 5 fish for the team. We did best 10 last time.
Yep.
It's the best 5 fish for the team. Now, there is a little caveat to this. The anglers all have to participate. At least one angler has to put 1 fish on the board. Okay.
Yes.
So if you have a guy that has 5 20-inch fish and one guy that has all 15-inch fish, we knock out the 20 and replace that 20 with a 15-inch fish.
Yeah. So Greg and I are being empathetic to a couple things here. One, team tournament, maybe your partner can only fish 3 hours and you can put in 12, 10, whatever the tournament length is. He only has to submit 1 fish to your bag. So when things like that happen, we don't want an excuse of, oh, I need to fish a different day. I need this, that, or the other. No, you have to fish that day. You only need 1 fish from your partner. So one guy can submit 4. The other guy has to submit 1.
Yep.
So if your partner can't fish, he can't submit a fish.
You get 4 fish, your best 4 fish at that point.
It's your best 4 fish at that point, guys. So
choose wisely. Yep.
You choose wisely, but we are allowing you guys to truly team fish like a bass boat tournament. Like it is your best 5 combined, aside from each player must contribute 1. Now we're not doing best 10 because Greg and I are sick of y'all's MLF shit. We don't want 12-inch limits. We want y'all going after tanks, man. We want tanks, bro.
We are sick and tired of judging 12-inch fish, man.
I hate it, man. Show me 23s. Show me the 22s.
I see guys' hands bigger than the fish, and I'm like, this is garbage.
It's not good. We want best 5, and that's why we're doing it. We want you guys hunting tanks.
Yeah.
We want y'all targeting big fish. We don't want Bob Brisky drop shotting, throwing us up some 12 inches. I'm just kidding, Bob. But seriously, like we want to see big fish, guys. Like we don't want a 10 fish limit of 4 20s and then 6 13 inches. Like we just don't enjoy that. We don't like having to judge that many fish. We want your best 5.
No,
we want
exactly.
your best 5.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's in itself, it's going to be cool. Now here's the deal: we're going to make you guys a deal. Don't come to us to tell us we're going to have to do a random drawing if we have 16 teams. That ain't
not doing it. Not doing it.
We are going to make those matchups, like it or
Yep.
not. If we have 16 teams, screw y'all. We're going to do the matchups.
Yep.
If we have 32 or more teams, then it's going to be random draw. Okay, because we've got content we got to look at, and we want the best matchups right out of the gate. Okay,
It's not like that. It's
teams,
just when you guys only get 12 teams, and then you're like, please let's do Conrad
random
and
draw.
Sherman go against two guys I've never fished before. No one wants to watch that.
No one wants to watch
that. So if you guys only get less than 32 teams, Greg and I are handpicking the matchups.
We are, and again, you might not like them, but we don't care. Like,
yeah,
we're running the show. You know what I mean? Like,
we want
32 teams. We'll make you the deal. We will absolutely do random. 16, anything less than 32 teams. No, it's game on.
You got two buddies that think it might be fun. Sign them up. Split them up between you and your buddy. Do whatever. The tournament is so much more fun. The broadcasting is more fun. Everything is more fun when more people are involved. Guys, the tournament, KBT as a whole, is supposed to be fun. Like, get your buddy that's like on the fence. He can't go to tournaments. Get him signed up. If you have to be his teammate, sign him up. You could submit 4 fish. He got to catch 1.
No kidding.
Like, I mean, we
get your sun dolphin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, get your paddle out there, man. It's supposed to be fun, man. Yeah.
Get it signed up. There's bounties out there to hunt down. You get the might get the fish against Greg and I, we might whoop y'all's ass. Or we might get bodied, and that's probably what will happen. We'll probably draw Conrad and Sherman Bishop round 1.
That's fun, man.
Yeah, but that's okay. Like, we want this to be a fun time. We want memes flying around. We want trash talk. Like,
we are going to give a prize for the best meme.
Oh, absolutely.
We already decided that there will be a prize for the best meme, no doubt, man.
But
so
I mean,
we
guys,
want to get back to. Here's the deal, PK. I think we were talking about this. We kind of want to just get back KBBT back to basics, man. We want to have it make it fun again. It was too stressful, too all this other stuff. We want to get back to when it was fun, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to make this a community, having fun together, joking around, having a great time, and just beating the tar out of each other. That's what we're going to try to do. That's what this team tournament's all about.
Yes. Like, there are so many competitive trails. You guys can go fish. If you want to be that guy, you want to have your Instagram and post, I did this well nationally, by all means. This is an opportunity for you to sign up, fish with your buddy, talk a bunch of shit to me, Greg, whoever you want that you're going against. Do it. Have a great time. And it qualifies you for the national championship.
It will qualify. Yeah, exactly. Now, we've said this before, like KBBT, we're not doing as many tournaments this year. We want to, basically not overload everybody with all these tournaments, all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
Our job is, again, we want to just make fishing fun again, man. That's what we're going to try to do. So that's what we're doing, man. It's going to be great. So July 16th is the start of the team tournament.
Yeah,
we will let you know when we put the tournament up, but get your partners ready. Get the word out, man. Again, let's fill this freaking bracket up. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing, man. Like, if you and your guy you want to partner with, if y'all got friends that want to fish it, man, bite the bullet. Yeah, split each other up. Go get those guys signed up. Get them hooked on fishing, man. Especially for you guys that fish tournaments all the time. Like, that is the best thing you can do for any other human being is to get them to like love the sport that we all love. So, yep. I mean, do that, get them signed up, man. Like I said, there's not really a whole lot of danger in it because we're doing it for fish and then your partner only has to submit 1. So
yeah,
what are the requirements to compete? I'm sure not every Joe Blow can sign up.
Every Joe Blow can sign up. If you have a kayak and a fishing rod and a fishing license, you can sign up.
Fishing license, kayak, don't cheat. Like, that's basically it. Like, do they have to be a KBT
Just don't
member?
freaking cheat. God, for the love of God, we can't take any more freaking cheaters.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Do
I
they
mean,
have
Greg
to
and
make
I'll ban
any?
you. We're not
Yeah, man.
we're not scared of that.
Go to
Like, we'll do it.
bassbracket.com. Yeah, bassbracket.com. You become a member, or you can become a member right on the Fishing Chaos app, and all that good stuff is there. So it's gonna be fun.
But I mean, that's really it, man. Like, as long as they want and have the drive to get out and just maybe fish a couple weekends, get out there
Yeah,
and they're sun dolphin or
whatever,
inflatable.
man.
I mean, can it be an inner tube? I'm not sure. Like, I think
Yeah,
it's
I would
fine.
say make it kayak.
Yeah, we'd like to make kayak, but like I said, just get them out there fishing, man. I mean, have a great time, guys. Like, it's going to be a super fun tournament. Greg and I are working with people and trying to get deals done for you guys that do sign up about extra prizes, sponsor packs, stuff like that. So like we're working on it, man.
Don't worry about all
But
that stuff. Just
yeah,
fish. Yeah, we'll take care of the rest, man. It's gonna be.
I
Good.
mean, like I said, Greg and I want to see the bracket just be a slaughter knocker again. Like, we want you guys
Fun.
having fun. Like, I mean, that's what we want.
Do they have to be members? Yeah, you have to go be a member at bassbracket.com. Yeah, there's a cost associated with all that stuff for sure. So
Yeah.
plus we have insurance. We have insurance we gotta pay.
I was gonna say insurance is
Yeah.
the killer there, but
Yeah, that's the thing.
yeah, man. I mean, get them signed up, man. You guys, promote your boat. Like that guy that you fish with locally all the time. It's like, hey, man, I'll go up your ass. Be like, what's up? Sign up.
Yeah, exactly.
Sign up for a little team tournament, man. Get you and your boy. Like, get them drawn in, guys. Like, let's do it. Like I said, we have some nice bounties.
BK, I want to tell you something, man. I'm going to give homage and pay my respects, man. The great Ray Scott passed away from Bassmaster. And, he was the founder of Bassmaster, man. He passed away this week, man. My condolences to the family. And, man, the legend that we grew up watching on TV and all the magazines and all the stuff that he did, man. He is no longer with us, man. And, may God rest his soul. And thank you, Mr. Scott, for what you've done for this community and bass in general, man. It's been a great ride watching Bassmaster as a kid, man. So pay my due respects to the man.
Yeah, man. Well said. And I don't know of anybody from our generation who did not get into bass fishing from seeing Bassmaster on TV, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that I fell in love with it. So.
Yep. No doubt. We got.
Go ahead,
BK.
I was just gonna say, like, man, we that's it, guys. Like, that for me, anyways. Like, we got team tournament coming up. Get signed up once you release it. We got KFL coming up. Go watch that video. Like,
that's what I was getting ready to say, man. KFL. So let me put you on the spot, man. We're gonna talk about this in the next couple of weeks, man. Let me put you on the spot.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Give me the most overrated team and give me the most underrated team.
Most overrated team is the Shiners.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
why?
Because I don't know what kind of roster they're going to field, man. Are they going to literally be able to, with the national schedule though that team has, are they going to be able to field their best players for the fishery every time? I'm not sure.
No, I don't think so.
I'm not sure, man. That team on paper is disgusting. But I just don't think they're going to field that kind of roster every event.
Fair enough.
And there might even be some where they might not even be able to fill a team.
I agree.
I'm just...
Because of their schedules, right?
Because of their schedules.
Yeah.
They are all fantastic fishermen.
So BK's out there telling everybody the Shiners are the most overrated team. Comment right now. Who is the most overrated team that you think right now in the KFL?
Well, Greg, I mean, you put me to the sword. Who do you think's most overrated?
Man.
Okay, well, while you sit there,
It's hard. It's hard for me because I'm intimately involved in the KFL, and I don't want to call the team out. You know what I mean? I think all the teams. I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I don't want. I don't want to be a chicken and defer the answer.
no, go ahead. That's fine. So if they had not done so poorly last year, I would have said the Florida Copperheads.
Well, they
But
said,
they're
yeah,
on,
Copperheads.
but
They're already most overrated.
but they're on their redemption arc.
Wow, Maulers overrated. Copperheads underrated.
No, the Copperheads are appropriately rated.
Yeah, they were 3-3.
Appropriately rated.
Yeah.
You guys are a fantastic group of fishermen that cannot fish on the road right
Okay.
now. Appropriately
I can't.
rated.
Yeah, I can't say overrated because again, like it's hard for me because like I see what you're saying about the Shiners though. I mean, they're a fantastic team on paper. I'm interested to see what they do.
They're
I don't know how
insane
they're
on paper.
I don't know how they're gonna like interact all those different talents and be able to work together as a team. I don't know. I mean, it's a great question. The most underrated team though. Give me the most underrated team.
The most underrated, I think, is probably the Arkansas Hogs.
I like that pick.
I think they are a team that is very.
But can you say Cody Milton and Garrett Morgan and Corey Hopper? I mean, you get all those guys on that team. I mean, anytime you have a team that has Cody Milton on it, can you really say that's underrated?
Yes. Like you said, great pick for a reason because when you put that name out there, it's not one of the big names that people are talking about.
I got you.
And they are a team that has a massive like home field advantage that I don't think people, if you're not from around the area, understand that the Arkansas Lakes just fish different.
Yep.
And then the other thing is like they have like Highland reservoirs, rivers, everything in Arkansas, and they'll travel fairly well. Like, do I think they'll beat the Outlaws on like, a Texas lake? Not necessarily, but we've already seen Garrett Morgan go into Texas and win a gigantic event.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it can happen. Like, it's not like they're a stranger to Texas fishing. Like, they can do it. And I think for that, they're underrated. I think everybody looks at that. They see the Bandits and they say they're going to just blow out the division. And I'm just not so sure, man. I'm not sure.
The team I feel that is not getting enough respect, and I guess it's just because they're new. We haven't really seen anything out of them yet. Mm-hmm. But I think people are kind of overlooking is the Connecticut Renegades.
Really?
I do, man. This team's no joke, man. This team's no joke. Okay. And I just feel that they're getting overlooked. And, even myself, because we look at the North, we look at the Maulers, right? We look at Rhode Island. Because, again, we've seen these teams last year. But there's actually two teams out of the North that really kind of just like, Nashville's in the North. But I think the New York Empire and the Connecticut Renegades are in it for a battle. And I'm just telling you, both these guys showed me something, with their tournament here this year. Tyler Sweet comes down to Potomac, wins the freaking tournament.
Yep.
Ryan Nye comes down, wins day one. I mean, both of these guys are on New York and in Connecticut. Jack Tibbins has had a fantastic year. These guys have done well at Lake Murray. I mean, these guys are traveling all over the place and having a great year. Another guy's having an absolute fantastic year everywhere he's gone is Nick Audi. I think Nick Audi could be in the running for MVP like this year for the whole KFL. Now, here's the deal. Nick Audi is a one-man show. His team needs to show up this year. You know what I mean? They were 2-4 last year. They have got to show up, man. Nick Audi's fishing out of his freaking mind right now. So he's coming in with a momentum. Him and Ryan, I think he'd do well. Mark, and all those guys over there on Pennsylvania, that whole division, that whole Atlantic division, man, between Delaware, New York, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania, good luck coming out of that freaking division. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see what happens there.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard for new squads to say underrated, overrated. And like I know I picked the Shiners and like they're new.
Yeah.
But that's just based on like anybody who looks at that team on paper, you're like,
Yeah.
they're the hands down favorite.
Yep.
They have to be. I mean, there's
Yeah.
just too much talent on that squad. But I think they will be slightly overrated. I think they will drop some games that we don't expect them to drop. It's just, I think it will solely be a roster thing. And that's why my most underrated team is a team last year in the Arkansas Hogs that got waxed.
Yep.
For the most part. And they went out and they made some big time talent acquisitions. And I think it shows up for them, man.
There's another team that no one's talking about, and you better watch out. It's Coosa. Coosa Kingfishers. You've
great.
got Dan Perry, Jordan Marshall, Coley McGowan. I mean, Lance Coley. All these guys are in there, man. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, they're going to be a force to reckon with too. So I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting, man. This KFL season is going to be exciting. But yeah, go check out that video that just dropped. Share that freaking thing. Go subscribe over at Motion Sports YouTube channel, man. It's going to be awesome. Guys, that's it for tonight, man.
It is, but I want to leave with this. Blake Power says interested to see how the Outlaws fare. What do you got for me, Greg? Give me your honest thoughts on the Outlaws.
I actually like them. I do.
Really?
I like it. I do. Here's the deal. Like, it depends. Okay, let me just say this. I don't know a lot about the local fishermen there. Yep. But Cayman Rasmussen is on this freaking team, and I like him. I think, like I said, with Preston Griner, he's going to be the X factor of that team. Okay. Yep. And the reason why I say that, I think he learned a lot when he went and faced John Fox in this KBBT bracket. Yeah. It's like a light switched on. He's never caught over 90 inches. If he works on that craft between now and the season starts, this kid could show up and do some damage, man. You know what I mean? For his team. You always have Mr. Consistent Jerry T. He's always going to put some fish on the board for you. But I think the bigger bite, I think Preston figured out something. And I think if he puts and communicates that with his team, I think this Outlaw team, I think they could surprise some people. I really do. I think I would not be surprised if, look, man, if the Lone Star Bandits go up to Oklahoma, don't be surprised if Oklahoma puts a whooping on them.
I'm not there yet.
I am there. I am there.
So I'm just too worried about them traveling.
I don't think they're going to travel well.
You have to travel in that division.
I agree. But
you have to travel in that division.
Yeah, you do. You do. I mean, you have to travel in every division. But I don't see Oklahoma laying down and going 0-8. I just don't see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you exceptionally have to travel in that division well because the bags, they're largemouth and there's not like inches separating it. It's gigantic amounts. I mean, we saw the Bandits blow out teams by like 20 inches multiple times last year. That's the nature of the game in the South. So like you got to really travel well.
I don't think that happens this year.
I don't think so either.
I think these teams saw what happened, and the Bandits got something on their backs, man. I mean, they got targets on their backs. Yeah. But like Louisiana, I think using some of their local, their local talents that they've got there too. Yeah. And I think also too, let's just be honest, I don't think they're happy about John Mooney leaving the team going over to the Bandits. I think Mooney's got a little something coming to him, if he decides. I mean, who knows? Yeah. I also think that the Arkansas Hogs are not the Hogs of last year. They're not going to lay down for these guys. You know what I mean? They've got a full squad that's coming out. I mean, Bandits got their hands full, man. It's going to be pretty interesting.
And the last thing I'm going to say about it is, for the Outlaws anyway, Cayman, great fisherman. How many events is he going to make? It's a long way to travel.
That's a long way.
And he's not fishing with his Utah boys.
No, he's not.
So that's information true. Network, way shrunk.
That's right.
That's two great fishermen not giving you feedback.
That's true. That's true.
It's a thing to consider. We'll see.
Yeah, that
We'll
is.
see.
Unless they get Cody Henley on that squad.
And that's why it's
You know
so
what I mean?
exciting, man. I can't wait for
It's gonna be
AFL
cool.
season, dude.
It's gonna be
wait.
cool. Yeah, I agree, man. That's great. Great thing, man. All right, well, we're gonna end it there, right? We're good.
We're done. We're
Man.
out of here, guys. Thank y'all for
Good
tuning
show.
in. Y'all are goated. Go subscribe.
Take care, y'all. Have a great
Cheers.
night.